Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So today we're going to do a follow-up to one of my previous videos. And this is about the principal in California who decided to self-delete because of some charges that were filed by his wife. Now, we have a little update here because they did an interview with his daughter from his first marriage, right? And yeah, before we do that, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps to keep this channel going. So what happened was that they interviewed this guy's daughter, and this is him here, right? His name is Chris Christensen. He's a principal, and this is his wife, right? Now she's the one that called the cops because they were in an argument. He's a principal. He was a musician. I guess he was well respected in his community. And in his letter, he said that he couldn't believe that she called the cops, even though, quote unquote, she didn't mean to. And then all of a sudden, he's being branded as this bad guy. He's losing his job. He has all these charges, blah, blah, blah. But she is a single mom, guys. And what do I always say? Never date single moms, guys. Don't do it. Don't ever play another man's saved game. Don't do it. And this guy had 3 kids from his first marriage and then married her with 2 of her own kids. Now why? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. So then they had got in an argument and she called the cops. And for all of you guys who don't know, if you call the cops, especially in states like California, someone's going to jail, and it's usually the guy. And then the whole system takes over. It doesn't matter if she tries to recant her statement or what, the system takes over. And he wrote in his note before he self-deleted that the system was out to get him, blah, blah, blah. Well, as it sounds like now, she was the one that was toxic and abusing him. So, here we go. Brittany Christensen, 26, believes that her father, Chris, turned to self-deletion as his only way out of his quote-unquote toxic marriage with his wife, Marlena, right? He was facing charges, blah, blah, blah. And she said that it was actually her father who was trying to leave his wife because she was quote-unquote abusive, right? So this part just broke recently. Before that, all we had is the self-deletion note and then, the charges. So the daughter did an interview. So here's the article. The daughter of the California man who deleted at Disneyland says her father saw this as the only way out of his toxic relationship with his abusive wife. Chris Christensen, an elementary school principal, deleted the parking garage at Disneyland. He was facing charges, blah, blah, blah. He posted his long letter, and I already read that, guys, so I really don't think that we need to read that again. But there's his daughter who did the interview, and then there's him with his wife that was giving him big business. So, in an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com, his daughter claimed that it was actually Marlena who was the one who was misbehaving, and accused the divorced mother of tearing apart her family. Brittany, 26, is one of the late principal's 3 children from his first marriage, which ended in divorce in 1999. She said, "The charges were inaccurate. Marlena has been very difficult in our family, but for the last year, we haven't had any contact with her. I just now started regaining contact with him, meaning her dad, over the last 2 weeks, and it's been really, really great. He's been trying to figure out how to leave her. In my opinion, it seems like this, in his mind, was his way out of his relationship. She's been abusive to our entire family for 5 years. That's why we don't have any contact with her anymore." She also claimed that Marlena's story to the cops was quote-unquote riddled with lies. So this is Marlena here, guys. A single mom, guy got him caught up. So you can see that this is him and his daughter at the graduation, and it says that she was trying to drive a wedge between him and his family, and this is him and his daughters. Sad, man. This is him. Oh, look, and Brittany says that not only was she abusive for 5 years, but look, she keyed her car. So this single mom married this guy and then keyed his daughter's car, his daughter from a previous marriage's car. That's crazy. Now, she also shared some text messages. Look, she said, happy birthday. Hope all is well. She says, thank you. You too. You're a horrible, disgusting excuse for a daughter and a sister. Man, go find your dad, play the hero, but it's me he will be missing in the morning. Yikes. So she says the text, then she says that she keyed her car, and then she said Brittany filed a police report alleging that this cost $6,000 of damage and shared photos of the scratches. Look at that. It was unresolved because she didn't admit to doing anything. But we had the footage from her doorbell camera leaving the house in the middle of the night and then coming to my apartment. So guys, this is what I mean by how biased that the criminal justice system is. Because if this would have been a guy doing this to a woman, let's just say that this guy got married to a woman and then he was harassing one of her daughters from a previous marriage. He'd be under the jail. So it continues. So she took his car. So when we woke up, my dad's car was gone, parked at Marlena's house, and my car had been keyed on every panel. Marlena has shown a consistent pattern of manipulation and inappropriate behavior towards my family for some time now. Although my dad mentions in his post that their relationship was great until 2 weeks ago, the relationship in actuality has been toxic and wearing on both of them. The night my car was keyed, my dad tried to break up with Marlena, and I was sent messages from her saying that I was a horrible and disgusting excuse for a daughter. To be honest, I never thought I did anything to her, but refused to ever apologize. But she refused to ever apologize for her words and actions, even when she reacted extremely towards my family. Wow. And this is this guy and his mom. This is sad, guys. In my opinion, it was slowly chipping away at my dad's soul. For much longer than just 2 weeks. And I wish at this stage that she could have left my family alone. She's done a lot, personally to my family, and recently to myself and to my husband. So there's a lot going on, and this is very, very complicated. She said that she believed that Marlena's claims of domestic violence by Chris to police last month were quote unquote inaccurate. It's really, really sad, guys. She put him in a really horrible position that night and painted a picture of him that is inaccurate of his character, and I think that it got too much for him. See, guys, this woman, let's just say that what this daughter is saying is true. The single mom came into his life and she knew she had all the power. And he let her get into a position of power where she dominated his whole life, put a wedge between him and his kids, and then it still got him arrested. Marlena didn't respond because of course she wouldn't, right? And a comment on Facebook, she said that she was living in a nightmare and he was the love of my life. Wow. And it said the late principal's oldest daughter said Chris and his second wife loved each other, but it was a passionate and toxic relationship. Wow. So you can see this is some of the court documents here. And then they reiterate his message that he put on Facebook. But it's just sad, guys, that, they didn't know the cause. They thought that it was just the charges, but it turns out that she had been doing bad stuff to him for a long time, and to do enough to where she would do something to one of your children and you stay with her shows really, really how manipulative that this woman was, and then how weak-willed this guy was. I mean, guys, come on. Anyone who's listening to this, first of all, self-deletion is never an option, guys. If you can't live for yourself, live for other people. Live for your friends, live for your family, but never, ever consider that. And number two, don't ever, ever put a woman on a pedestal to the point where you compromise yourself, your ideals, your safety, and your family. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. And that's exactly what this guy did. And all we can do is learn from this lesson, guys. Don't put yourself in this situation, and do not date single moms. All right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. I'm out of here.